Just 10 minutes after launching, Stranger Things 5 broke Netflix for thousands of fans, and people initially pointed their fingers at Netflix for having terrible servers. In reality, it all comes down to one genius marketing strategy used by Netflix to blow demand through the roof. Now, what is this strategy? Well, I've made a marketing timeline for the new season all the way from the very first leak to the Volume 2 trailer. And in this timeline, you'll learn all the strategies used by Netflix to make this season blow through the roof. And trust me, you're not going to want to miss any of them. Starting on January 30th, when they released something you can still interact with today. They released this poster with absolutely no context at all, like they literally left us in the dark. This woke up the superfans who'd literally been sleeping for 3 years and forced them to start speculating as to what this poster meant. Eventually, they realised that all you had to do was dial the number and it'd actually take you to a real phone call. This phone call was with none other than the Hawkins Police Department, and they had some big news for fans. It told them that after the massive earthquake we saw in season 4, the upside down opening, that they were hunting for 11 and the entire town was in lockdown. This was so smart because it caused early buzz and gave people something to look forward to. They were creating early word of mouth before the campaign had even begun. The perfect start for the perfect marketing campaign. From this point all the way until May 31st, we heard absolutely nothing from Netflix. They were just silent. But sometimes silence is way more powerful than words. And this is definitely the case here. Everybody knew from the 11 poster and kind of gathered that the new season was near. But the marketing couldn't continue yet because, let's be real, it's way too soon. They needed to build hype at the perfect point so it didn't just die out, and they did. But first, we need to talk about May 31st. To them, Netflix's fan website, called that because the intro goes dun, yeah, cool. At their global fan event in Los Angeles that streamed worldwide by the way, released something massive for Stranger Things. Alongside shows such as Squid Games and Wednesday, the cast of Stranger Things came out and had a discussion, and eventually Gaten Matarazzo and Millie Bobby Brown broke the news. Stranger Things 5 was coming out in 3 volumes. Volume 1 was set to come out just a few days before Thanksgiving, Volume 2 on Christmas, and Volume 3 on New Year's Day. Volume 3 is the finale, by the way. This release schedule is literally perfect for an amount of reasons I can't even list. I am going to give you a few though. It turned one premiere into 3 massive events conveniently taking place on the 3 most celebrated holidays in the entire West. This was not a date reveal, it was literally a cultural hijack, associating the series with everybody's favourite time of year. The TikToks I've seen about this release schedule genuinely just speak for themselves on the matter. Some people are literally going to spend Christmas Day binge watching Stranger Things. I'm not gonna lie, I won't be, but trust me, Boxing Day is reserved. Many people even claim that midnight on New Year's Day is going to kick off a 2-hour watch session for the finale. I might be hopping on that train. All the people doing this isn't by fluke, it's an intentional strategy. Stranger Things want to capitalise off of this festive season, and who would you be to say it hasn't worked? The crazy thing is that this isn't even all the brilliance of this volume release strategy. It gets even better. The time between the volumes gives time for fans to speculate, create theories, edit, make videos like me, and basically organically spread the word that the season's out. For obvious reasons, this skyrockets growth and it's perfect for the show. It also leads many people to have the fear of missing out and want to watch it as quick as possible because who wants spoilers? Don't worry though, there's no spoilers in this video, you're good. In short, social media is every company's biggest weapon and Stranger Things capitalise off that really well. But this is nowhere near the most genius method they use, but you'll have to stick around to hear that later. Because now we're moving to the summer in July 15th. This is when the first official poster for Stranger Things 5 was released. Why this date though? Well, it was Stranger Things' 9th birthday. Literally the perfect time to cause hype. And of course, a great present for all of the Stranger Things fans celebrating. Little did they know though that this was just a side present and the big thing was coming the next day. That's right, on July 16th, 16th, they released their first ever footage. To keep the summer momentum that they built up going, they needed to drop something big. So yeah, now we have the teaser of Stranger Things. It showed all sorts of exciting footage, including the all-new Demogorgon redesign, and whoever made that needs a raise. It also included the nostalgic rock song Child in Time by Deep Purple to get all the oldies on board. Not gonna lie, I never heard it before, but yeah. And while teasers are just industry standard, I still think Stranger Things deserve that little bit of credit because they pulled it off really well. It pleased all of our audience demographics, and the season was just implanted in their mind now. It also allowed social media to post memes, edits, you know, all the shabazz, and organically grow. Truly some great marketing. But we're not even onto the cool parts yet. Collabs are expected during such a big company's promotion program, but the way Stranger Things in specific are doing this is perfect. Not only have they secured some absolutely massive deals, but the quantity doesn't fall short. The main company they poured their energy into is Target, who now sell over 150 Stranger Things items. That's just insane. These range all the way from Demogorgon themed cereal to actually fashionable clothes, which is both a mix of weird and wonderful. All of the items in Target are literally exclusives to the store too, and as someone from England, I am so jealous. I personally collect Funko Pops, and the fact I can't get my hand on that metallic 11 tagged exclusive just is annoying. Like, what is this British discrimination about? Anyway, this marketing deal helps Target because more people are going to come to their store, more sales, more revenue, you know, easy. And it also helps Stranger Things because who doesn't shop in Target? They're going to see that Stranger Things aisle. Other than the Target collab, Pandora made the Demogorgon ring, Nike and Converse teamed up for some trainers, and KFC even made a meal, but this is just like the tip of the iceberg. I could list forever some Stranger Things collabs, but you get the deal, there's loads of them. It's literally just exposure for the show, and they've done a really good job of it at this time. All these collabs took place between August and October, and you can still buy most of them now, except if you're from the UK, of course, discrimination, you know. Now through this, Stranger Things used a key marketing principle. The best way to get your name out there is to immerse yourself in the real world, and they did a damn good job at that. Just like I'm doing a good job at covering this timeline, so subscribe for more marketing videos. Now that Stranger Things had everyone immersed, it was time for the actual juicy stuff. That's right, we're not even into that yet. If you haven't already gathered, Stranger Things have really enjoyed ticking off all the holidays with their marketing this year. It would be bizarre to not include Halloween in the mix, wouldn't it? Well, just one day before, on October 30th, they dropped what everybody wanted, the official trailer. This gave us the best look yet at the characters, the stakes, and most importantly, Vecna's glow up. I would honestly put this up there with some of the best character reworks of all time because, like, just look at him. As a whole, this trailer was building hype upon hype, and it was just incredible. The demand was high before this campaign, but now it was like here. When fans didn't think it could get more peak until the show, on November 6th, it did. Get this, Target made a mini film starring none other than Ted Walkham Down Wheeler. Absolute cinema. This advert tapped into the whole nostalgic vibe of the show, and of course Ted being in it just made it way better. He was going around shopping, getting his golf clubs, and a bunch of like upside down goo was coming out of the shelves. Eventually though, they did a really good transition, which I just want to include because I looked at it like, that's sick. Again, this just further immersed Stranger Things into the real world and upped hype for the new season. Plus, we got more Ted screen time, and let's be real, who doesn't want that? After this, from around the 20th of November, they opened real-life interactive zones. They were basically just places where people could post on social media, such as metro reworks in Mumbai and random prop-ups around cities. They just encourage people to take pictures and, you know, give Stranger Things a cheeky tag to organically spread the word on their own socials. The reason I want to praise this is every installation was Instagram worthy and people were posting. It was just, again, as I mentioned before, free marketing, which is just very nice. After all, the best marketing strategies literally cost nothing because there's no loss. After all of this, Volume 1 rolled out and everybody wanted to watch. I mean, that's where I got the title of this video from. It literally killed Netflix, despite them increasing bandwidth by 30%, by the way. All of this comes down to the great marketing that we've discussed discussed so far, but we haven't even discussed true genius yet. Since the release, theories, edits, you know, everything under the social media bracket started going viral, and people are eagerly waiting for the second volume. And what better way to capitalize off of this than releasing a second trailer? It's at 12 million views at the time of recording right now, which is just mind-boggling to me. But there is still one last marketing strategy that I want to talk about. The genius strategy used to make Stranger Things a staple in US culture rather than just a show. An American cinema release. Netflix managed to secure massive deals with all sorts of cinema chains, and it's paid off. Many showings sold out almost instantly, which just shows how well it's done. If we were playing chess, this cinema release would be a brilliant move just for engraving Stranger Things in pop culture history. Stranger Things not only capitalized on the holidays, but turned January 1st into their very own. And everyone is going to be there with their popcorn buckets.